Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between ForFun and Hawk. This game taking place here on Last Refuge, getting everything all set back up. Feels like it's been, well, a little bit of time since I've cast some replays as things are already getting underway. Alright, over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have Hawk spawning as, well, the red human. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have ForFun spawning as the blue undead. Undead versus human in this 1v1 matchup here on Last Refuge. And we are opening up with the Crypt, Ziggurat, and there is that Altar of Darkness. Nothing too strange in terms of timing, and as things are already moving well along. How was the long weekend? Long weekend was, well, long. Other than that, pretty uneventful. I'm just, I think the quarantine's finally getting to me a little bit more, and having having some difficult days right now, and some health issues, not COVID-19 related, at least I don't think, but I do need to go see a doctor, so hopefully everything is all good on that front. But let's go ahead and focus on the game here, as it is going to be an Archmage going up against a Death Knight. No surprises out of the gate so far. Sending positive vibes, thank you. Yeah, positive vibes definitely needed. I think my back just also hurts and I'm just tired. My garage door, as I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned this, it broke. So you know, trips to the grocery store, trips to pick up takeout food, and all of that, well, ends up hurting my back. I actually have a very heavy garage door. I have an insulated garage door, so yeah, it's great. Oh wait, those vibes were filled with bees. 1 second, gotta figure out the correct vibe settings. I'm doing alright. Anyways, Acolyte gonna try and get away. Footman not even bothering, as the Archmage now shifting its way back down. Meanwhile, this Footman off over here, making sure he knows where exactly the Death Knight is. That's incredibly important in order to keep track of your opponent. You can see that this Death Knight is now making its way down and gonna go after this Forest Troll High Priest creep camp. Meanwhile, back down over here, Militia going to be the one to finish off this Forest Troll Trapper, as the Archmage is already shifting its position to now go after, well, the units off over here. There goes a quick ensnare. Unfortunately, that means that this water elemental is going to be unable to attack, finally engaging against this troll trapper here. But as you can see, this Forest Troll High Priest is going to steal the experience. Yes, it does. You saw the plus 13 gold. We are currently under the view of the undead here. Sentry Ward has been dropped down though, and I didn't really notice there are actually little hoof prints when the Death Knight walks around. Very important to keep track of. If you actually look there, Death Knight gonna get some extra experience as well, finishing off that water elemental, but not yet at level 2, as some damage now getting underway. Damage adding up onto that Death Knight here. Skeletal Minion is gonna try and get away, not gonna be able to do so well, as you're gonna take a look. Well, experience once again being shifted back over to the Archmage. I feel for you, have chronic back pain for years. If nothing else works, the footprints do. Yeah, at least there is patches. Does the Archmage also have footprints? Yes, the Archmage has those little hoof prints on in the ground now. Now, it is important. I don't know if when I'm actually playing, if you actually see those footprints, or if you actually pay attention to them. It is obviously something that is there for you to try and catch and see. As we're going to take a look, Death Knight, well, unable to get the Death Coil off on that last unit there. Archmage losing that replenishment potion. But it is important, if you actually see the footprints, you have an idea of where your opponent is, without actually revealing to your opponent where you are. So but again, it's one of those minor things that only very high level players can actually keep track of, as you're trying to filter through all of the information that your eyes are looking at. Hey, Metaphysics, thank you for tuning in, as the Crypt Fiend's now making their way over, going to clean up some of these units off over here. Another water elemental going to be dropped here. Crypt Fiend taking a large amount of damage. Death Coil could be coming in to try and save. No Death Coil to save, as a Footman now down to 129 hit points, getting slow poisoned, trying to run all the way back home. Is it going to get taken down? One Death Coil will finish it off, losing sight right there. Is it going to try and wake up the creeps? It does not do it in time. That would have been perfect if Hawk was able to wake up the creeps while the Death Coil was in transit, and then get that last bit of experience as the Death Coil there. Well, ForFun getting that little bit of experience again. it's not slow poison, but envenom. When oh, okay, sorry, envenom versus slow poison. I thought that footman was running a little bit slower, but then again, the Death Knight is supposed to be faster, especially with Unholy Aura. Alright, quick Water Elemental getting taken down right there, but it was done by the creeps. Level 2 Water Elemental now out onto the field, getting in some damage. There was an ensnare onto that low hit point or Crypt Fiend, but the Crypt Fiend looks like it will be able to back away in time. Is the Archmage going to go after it? I don't believe so, as the Rifleman now joining in on the fight as well. Alright, Footman looking to back up here. Skeletal Minions are all there. So many interesting facts, and in WarCraft 3, really complicated RTS game. And that's what you want. You want the control of the army to be just as important as the army itself. In terms of just getting and maximizing the effectiveness. I think what happened with StarCraft 2 in general is that once you got the build orders down and once you were able to build up a quote-unquote large enough army, you could just, I don't know, people are saying you could just roll your face across the keyboard and with that stronger army be rather effective. So in the hands of a professional player in WarCraft 3, an army is can be 2 to 3 times more effective than your average player. So that's really what we want to see. We want to see skill make a large impact in the game, and I think that's also one of the reasons why, or I know that's one of the reasons why, the classic remastered Brood War is still very popular as an effective RTS now, as the army's now trying to make their way back. This could be bad news. Archmage trying to get away. Mountain King is right there. Are we going to see the Troll Trapper get taken down? Frost Nova steals that bit of experience. Mountain King, Stormbolt onto that entangled Crypt Fiend. Death Coil onto that Crypt Fiend right there. Mountain King, no, still trying to make their way back. A lot of damage being done back and forth. This Crypt Fiend down to 93 hit points. There's a Frost Nova onto Hawk's Rifleman, as the Rifleman not afraid to deny a little bit of experience. Rifleman continuing to fight back here. Potion of Invulnerability on the Mountain King, as well all of these skeletal minions will give a little bit of experience right there. There goes one, there goes two. Do you know the show Creepjack on Rocket Beans TV? I do not. Alright, Mountain King, Archmage, gonna try and pull back this particular creep camp. ForFun retreated all the way back inside. The overall supply, 34 supply compared to 33. We are still very much even and neck, as the Ogre Warrior down to 38 hit points could end up getting taken down by the Lich. A little bit of free experience right there. Are we going to see a Death Coil Frost Nova? Oh, nope, not going to be in time right there, as the Mountain King now trying to back away again. Skeletal Minion could turn back around, get some damage as well. As the Death Knight, I do not believe got that experience. I believe the Stormbolt on the Death Knight actually stopped him mid-swing, allowing a Rifleman to get that final shot. Alright, almost level 2 now on the Lich. Meanwhile, double potions of invulnerability on the Mountain King is going to make it very difficult for the heroes to end up falling. The question is going to be whether or not Hawk can bait out a Death Coil and a Frost Nova, but use it in time to not actually die. That is going to be the big question indeed. Ogre Magi, Ogre Magi falls at the hands of the undead, as we're looking at the Death Knight now still chasing back once again. Crypt Fiend going to finish off that Priest right there. Mountain King unable to get off a Stormbolt since it is on cooldown. It's a weekly show, though not this week. Oh, okay. Mechanics. Okay, bringing up some quite surprising stuff. Very nice. Oh, I wish I had more time to keep track of everything. There is a lot of things to keep track of and concern yourself, as we're looking at the Archmage now trying to go after that Lich now. Mountain King is in that front line spot. Is he going to be able to get some extra damage in? No way to slow down any of these units, as the Crypt Fiends and the Obsidian statues, soon to be destroyers, I believe, as we're looking at double Slaughterhouse coming in from ForFun. What do you think about Happy playing Night Elf in the latest edition of the ESL Cup? I think Happy can do whatever he wants, and well, at least people can't complain that he's going for the classic Death Knight, Lich, Dark Ranger with Crypt Fiends and Obsidian statues. People complain about him just doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm sure there's people complaining about him going Night Elf as well. All right. Null Overseer are going to go ahead and get finished off. You know what I often find is people like to complain, and yeah, I think the saying where just if you can avoid complaining, it actually works better in your favor, because you switch from focusing on problems, because everyone can identify problems, to actually finding solutions. So yeah, don't complain. Crypt Lord third as the hero of choice for ForFun, and that means it is going to be an Impale, Death Coil, and Frost Nova, a very, very nasty 1-2-3 combination. And the Crypt Lord has been getting some major buffs recently. I think what we're seeing now is that as people are expecting the upcoming patch, they're trying to, learn how to use the Crypt Lord again, making that the Crypt Lord's ability is no longer a channeled ability for a split second, and is extremely helpful as you don't accidentally stop that cast. Flame Strike is also one of those situations where you almost feel like you can accidentally cancel that Flame Strike so much, and it just becomes rather annoying. So there is a little bit of a skill cap or a skill gap right there in the hands of inexperienced units. Potion of Invulnerability now on that Paladin. That's going to be a nasty time to try and finish off that Paladin with both Divine Shield and also a Potion of Invulnerability, making him, well, nearly untouchable for a couple of seconds, and then adding in a health stone at that. So he's going to have additional passive regeneration, and if he still gets too low, he can use that health stone for an additional 500 mana. Alright, Crypt Lord first we also saw. Yep, Crypt Lord first, and was also rather popular. Mountain King getting up Inner Fire now, as the Priest are at, well, Mastery training. This is going to be interesting though, as we already are getting up additional abominations. We don't have a destroyer in, no, we do have a destroyer in the air right now, so I am expecting to see a lot of Devour magic to try to remove the Inner Fire from this Rifleman Priest army. Riflemen do have 1-0 upgrades at 28 damage per second compared to 26 to 31. So who actually does a little bit more damage? Yeah, 19 to 28. And the Crypt Fiends deal 26 to 31. Actually, one of the benefits of Crypt Fiends is their higher damage, but also their slower attack. It allows you to do a little bit of more stuttering. It allows you to do some interesting plays, as the Archmage could be in trouble trying to get away. And, oh, there's the Impale across multiple Crypt Lords. They're oncoming coordination on that Crypt Lord, as the units are all in that front line spot. Mountain King going to try to chase after that unit. They're unable to do so. Meanwhile, the Riflemen are continuing to fight back around. Sorceress now is in play. A big Impale across the whole entire center line, as we're seeing a lot of, well, damage getting rained down across all of these units. Archmage now trying to back up here. Mountain King needs to stay within range, and just within range he is, as a Priest doesn't make it. Mass abominations on the field. So yes, large number of abominations will be useful in countering all of the Riflemen here, and the only way to deal with abominations, or the best way to deal with it, is in, oh, what was that? There is a little bit of mana denial there. Paladin right there. We're looking at a little bit of healing. Disease Cloud getting cast across, and there's a large Impale again. Oh, Impale looks so powered and overbroken in the hands of players who know how to use it, and that Impale just did so much damage there. Mountain King trying to, oh, Holy Light saves him temporarily. Flying Machines are now back out onto the field, as there's going to be some engagement. Mountain King now trying to back up. There goes another Rifleman getting taken down, as the units are still looking to engage back and forth. Death Knight now looking to fire and engage again. Abomination getting healed back up, but the Death Knight's Death Coil not as effective, as the Paladin now low on mana. Level 3 on the Archmage, not being able to get to level 4, and level 2 Brilliant Aura is the main issue right now, as the Flying Machines are trying to go after that Destroyer there. The Destroyer gets a little bit of healing, and it looks like, yep, level 4 now on the Archmage for the absolutely necessary level 2 Brilliant Aura. Mountain King looking to finish off some more units, perhaps focus down another Abomination. There goes another, as the Mountain King is still back in play. Paladin trying to regenerate some hit points as well. Paladin can be in trouble, uses a staff, or uses that health stone, going to stay alive temporarily, but the Paladin is now just too far behind. Meanwhile, the Mountain King gets up to level 4 during this time here, as the Flying Machine trying to take down the Destroyer by himself, only to see Well, another unit show up just in time as it falls. All right, there is, I believe, a dark ritual or a dark ritual there as the Mountain King looking to back around again without that paladin. Well, it's going to be very difficult. There was a Stormbolt, and I believe the Stormbolt was actually stopped mid-throw because of the stun, but the mana was used. I'll have to double check that on the replay, or someone else can do that, but that was a beautifully timed impale right there. And if that's exactly what happened, that was, I don't know if I've ever seen that. The Crypt Lord coming in strong into play. It looked like it, right? Like you saw the animation. The mana was gone on the Mountain King. He was in mid-throw of the Stormbolt, but he actually hadn't thrown it yet. And then, therefore, it was gone. Crypt Lord now sitting at level 4, this 4-4-4 tri-hero combination from Undead, the Heroes of Death, as the Mountain King making its way back out. Paladin now back out onto the field. Well, Crypt Lord, well, with over 11 armor, not going to end up falling anytime easily or anytime soon, as the economic advantage is the only thing getting for Hawk. Alright, units going to be making their retreat all the way back off to the north again. Abomination here once more. Acolytes ready to start haunting this gold mine over here on the top left hand side of the map, as things are not going well for Hawk. ForFun seems to be just playing with his food right now, and once the Undead, well, does have the hero level advantage, and where are they going to be perhaps trying to go next? He doesn't want to give his opponent too much time to figure out a way to counter all of those abominations. Archmage does have the Orb of Fire. Mountain King does not, has the Django of Endurance, or a faster movement speed, as the Rifleman and all of these units, well, target practicing that Gargantuan Sea Turtle. Pure Up the Vitality might be given to the Paladin. Anytime you have that Paladin with extra hit points, well, it makes him that much more difficult to finish off. But let's take a look. Nope, only the Robe of Magi, and he also has a Staff of Sanctuary himself. So double Staff of Sanctuary to perhaps try and save Riflemen could be useful here, as the Ogre Magi's, well, the Ogre Lord already taken out from these creep camps. Paladin going to be denied level 4. Mountain King sitting at 4 right now. Archmage, I believe, will be denied level 5, just a little bit shy after the clearing of this. Well, not a little bit, more than a little bit shy. What is that? 6 or 59 experience shy. 4-4-3 is not bad for Hawk, though. No, this is still anyone's game to be had. Rifleman going to get caught mid-transit. Meanwhile, flying machines are here ready to go. And anytime you get units lost in transit, that is just a big, big loss. There's another large impale coming across. Abominations now coming in as well. Disease Cloud going to cause in some major problems. Death Knight now making its round. As long as the Death Knight can find the proper targets to Death Coil, that will be huge. Waiting for that. Well, there goes the Stormbolt onto the Death Knight again. Units are still trying to make their way through. Archmage not trying to shift back down. Has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Oh, wow, Death Knight ending up staying alive, but you can take a look. Hawk's army is just backing away right there. 54 supply compared to 49. The Death Knight caught out in open field. No easy way to heal. It is Unholy Aura level 2. Doesn't have Death Pact, so is not going to be able to easily heal there. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Archmage did not get the necessary experience to get to level 5. Yeah, being able to get a good timely bash right there was absolutely huge. If the second hit was perhaps a bash instead of the first, it might have been enough to get the Death Knight to fall. Alright, it comes down to a little bit of timing effects right there. Meanwhile, Lich, well, double Gloves of Haste, Orb of Corruption, able to apply that negative armor debuff. Luca D. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Anyways, flying machine here getting ready to go. We are looking at a 61 supply compared to 64. Look at the supply. I know. It's 64 to 61. I just said that. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and go into this battle. 54 Abomination now coming across. Impale, nowhere near as effective as the Priest now getting, well, almost gets taken down. One does get taken down. Flying Machines need to perhaps go for a flank as we're looking at the Abomination just diving into that frontline spot. Oh, there goes, I believe, a Dark Ritual or a Death Pack here as the Death Knight still trying to, no, Dark Ritual as the Lich continuing to get some Frost Novas down. Alright, Abomination gonna get taken down. Death Coil saves him temporarily, but the Knights are now out onto the field, need to get in some damage. What is that Knight doing? The Knight is just wandering around here, not doing that much damage. 67 supply compared to 66. We are still even, but the person who is running away in Warcraft 3 is often the one who is losing, especially with Disease Cloud across multiple units here. Flying Machines now finally have a target to go after that Destroyer. Destroyer gonna get taken down, but there it goes. Rifleman with Inner Fire doing a great job as we're gonna see the Mountain King stay alive temporarily there as it's trying to back away. There goes a beautiful Rifleman Focus Fire finishing off all of those Abominations again. Trying to get up on the high ground units, trying to still back away as the Water Elemental down to 46 hit points, still not taken down for some strange reason, as the Death Knight could easily get some easy experience right there. There's a Staff of Sanctuary, and the Mountain King not denying it. There goes a Frost Nova and a Death Coil onto a Rifleman there, and all of a sudden, a lot of units are lost. Alright, still chasing 65 supply compared to 61. Undead is actually a little bit behind in terms of overall supply. Abomination needs to somehow stay alive. Is it going to get denied again? These Abominations are not actually finding their targets, and that is the problem there. If the Abominations are not engaging, then it doesn't matter how much or how large your army is. Death Coil trying to save right there. That Death Knight not being at level 5, a huge disadvantage, as well as the Archmage gets to level 5 first. Level 2 Water Elementals. There goes an Impale across multiple units. Lich does not have, has a Potion of Invulnerability. Could finish off a Rifleman right there. Mountain King still wandering around. 61 supply compared to 56. And Hawk is now a little bit on the lower side. Alright, Lich going to try and perhaps get a little bit of extra mana. Destroyer up in the air. Death Coil onto the Lich. Saves it temporarily as the Lich could be in trouble. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Abominations continuing to fire back here as the Death Knight gets to level 5 and gets whisked away. All right. Look at the supply. The Todds. Look at the supply. Okay, yeah. All right. All right. We are gonna get cannibalized now. Abominations are here. We'll see what is gonna end up happening. Well, Abominations also being able to use cannibalize is important as well. The graveyard is essentially a giant feeding ground for the Abominations to heal back up, allowing the Obsidian statues to maintain their mana. Now, what is scary about the Undead army right now? Level 5 Death Knight, level 5 Lich, and, well, a level 4 Crypt Lord who could easily get to level 5 as well. He is going up against an Archmage who is at level 5. I believe it is level 3 Water Elementals. You see, well, yeah, of course it is. You can see it right there. Level 3 Water Elementals, level 2 Brilliance Aura, but it is significant upgrades more for the Undead. 2 upgrades compared to 1-0 only on the Riflemen and those Flying Machines. Getting ready to engage across over here. There you go. And can Hawks shut down this expansion? There is some massive repairs already underway. The Nerubian Tower has fortified armor. Riflemen not good at taking that down, as Inner Fire now down here. There goes, well, some big Frost Novas battle raging here as the Abominations are right there. A large Impale picking up many of those units. Lich trying to figure out all of those units. A large Stormbolt now onto the Lich, as the Lich ends up staying alive. Is he going to be able to turn back around? There goes another Frost Nova, it appears, as the Knights are making their way through. Well, that Impale not working out nearly as well, and the Knights with their faster movement speed actually being used effectively here, as we could have a surround on the Lich. Lich gets another Death Coil, gets a Frost Nova, gets a Holy Light onto that Knight, as the Lich uses the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability to try and stay alive. There's a large Impale picking up over 20 supply right there and stunning them temporarily, as the Abominations are still looking to battle it out here. 2 very low hit point Obsidian statues somehow still alive, as the Knights are still trying to back away. Are the Water Elementals going to finish off the Obsidian statues? Yes, they are. And now with no more Obsidian statues, the Undead army is actually significantly weaker. All right, 4 Abominations right here. Surround onto uh, the Crypt Lord. The Crypt Lord still staying alive temporarily, gets up to level 5. Is it going to be able to stay alive that long? There's another Death Coil right there. There's another Impale trying to pick up all of the units, and we are still trying to make our way down. Is it going to be worth it? Who's going to end up getting taken down? There's an Ankh of Reincarnation. I don't know if Hawk realized that there is an Ankh of Reincarnation, investing all that time onto a unit that is still alive. Holy Light finishes off the Lich. Now the Crypt Lord is making its way back out. Death Knight is right there finishing off a Knight, and it looks like that Mountain King could get finished off. No, a Holy Light does come off in time. Mountain King trying to dodge every which way. Death Knight is still in the front line spot, has a Sobi Mask, has enough for a Death Coil. Is going to be able to make its way out? No, as it looked like it was going to make its way out for a second. There goes a Knight right there. The Crypt Lord, the only hero left for the undead. Abominations trying to lead the charge, but as you know, the Abominations are not naturally that fast of a unit. It is often the undead's unholy aura that makes those Abominations look like they're such a fast unit, and with the Death Knight gone, well, the Death Knight is temporarily back. Is it going to be enough as the Abominations get, well, a new zest for death? As they're trying to finish off multiple units here. Alright, there goes that Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord now trying to back up again. Mountain King now back up. Everyone was just hanging out in the tavern. Sounds like bad parenting, hanging out at the bar instead of being where you're supposed to be. As we're looking at Abominations going after or getting bashed out. Alright, somehow 1-0 or 1-1 Rifleman ending up taking down 2-2 Abominations with heroes, as the Paladin now making their way back down. Alright, 55 supply compared to 50 over 78. Undead still okay. Crypt Lord needs to get healed back up. Obsidian statues need to get healed. And the real problem for ForFun was he ended up losing two obsidian statues without losing 2 obsidian statues really to just a couple of water elementals. You cannot lose obsidian statues that freely. You now have an army of only Abominations. Those Abominations are effective if they are actually going after their targets, but as we saw in that previous match, in that game, well, the Abominations weren't actually able to find their targets that easily. The Lich is now back out onto the field here, getting up some extra mana, and we're going to see what that Lich is able to do. We are getting up an expansion over here to the 3 o'clock position, and that should be enough to give the undead army enough attraction and footing to move on through. Alright, Abomination gonna make its way through down across over here. Let's take a look. There's a couple of peasants gonna try to get in position as well. 54 supply compared to 63. Couple of, well, peasants making their way in, but they are just gonna get easily taken down. No level 6 though, even though level 6 on the Death Knight is really not that impressive. Alright, three knights out onto the field. Some flying machines also there to try and stop any destroyer action. That is 4 obsidian statues. That is 5 Abominations, and here we go trying to fight up on the high ground, and the flying machines are already there. Here we go focusing down a lot of those units. Abomination taking a lot of damage. Destroyers are up in the air. There's a large Impale once again picking up many of those units once more. Flying machines are going after the destroyers. Destroyers are taking a large amount of damage. Meanwhile, however, Undead is fighting on Blight, which is extremely helpful as another Impale goes down. Alright, flying machine after flying machine is getting taken down. Death Knight is running back around the corner here. Lich, is it going to get saved? No, it is not. A split second late as the Archmage now has a potion of invulnerability and mass teleport. Death Knight continuing to fire its way through, trying to finish off that Archmage there. Death Knight has a potion of invulnerability, but with the Lich gone, a lot of the hero nuking power is gone as well. Undead has a slight army size advantage, but is that going to be enough? Staff of Sanctuary saving a unit again as the Death Knight trying to get the level 6 here. Not enough mana to get another Impale off. Obsidian statues are in the back, unable to get mana into that Crypt Lord as the units are still trying to fight their way through. Abominations really difficult to take out. As you can take a look, a couple of peasants. Mass teleport trying to back away. Are we going to see that knight get taken out? No, we are not. Instead, it gets Holy Lighted instead. Couple of peasants being left behind here again. They're going to get taken out. Lich was not resurrected at the tavern or at the altar. May get resurrected at the tavern. Meanwhile, a couple of peasants trying to walk all the way back home to get to bring back gold as the knights are still chasing once more. All right, there goes. Are we going to see another impale or something of that nature? No, nothing like that, as the units are now trying to get away. Lich is back out onto the field, trying to get some extra mana. No, doesn't have any mana, doesn't have enough mana for a Dark Ritual as of yet, as the Obsidian statue is still too far. Death Knight could be in trouble. Death Knight gets Holy Lighted. And that is, whoa, that's from bad to worse. Getting your Lich back alive. There goes an Impale. Lich trying to slip away. Holy Light, as all of a sudden, the Lich is having, the undead army is facing mass focus fire. Mountain King almost finishes off an Abomination. There's a Scroll of Town Portal to get out of dodge, as the Crypt Lord does get to level 6. Crypt Lord, the first hero on the undead side to get to level 6. We are looking at, well, extra. How did they get experience there? What actually? The Obsidian statue found a target and is now, well, took down another peasant again, giving even more experience once more. However, well, Hawk is not giving up the time. He knows he can go after this expansion now, since he was so nearby. The 3 heroes able to move around the map so quickly. A Holy Light finishing off a unit once there, as the Archmage going to take down that Acolyte. All right. Taking down Haunted Gold Mines, even when they're being unsummoned, it does make sense, since they just get unsummoned faster, meaning that they don't get as much gold back. Are we getting the Death Knight? Yes, Death Knight getting resurrected the slow, old-fashioned way. No expansion over here at the 3 o'clock position. No expansion here at the 12 o'clock position. And no expansion here at the 6 or 5 o'clock position, as it is now mined out. All right, trying to engage here. Oh, Giant Impale going across all of those units. No Acolytes to try and repair. Destroyers are here, just devouring magic. And that is the problem. The Destroyers, the classic strategy of using Destroyers, finishing off the Water Elementals, and now going after all of those Knights could be a problem. There goes another, no, another Knight is saved again. Crypt Lord does have a Locust Swarm, and it is dealing massive, terrible damage again, and so many lead changes in these battles. We're looking at a Knight trying to get away, and it looks like that Knight could end up getting taken down. 1 or 2 more shots, wow, down to 15 hit points, as it is able to escape Endurance Aura without Unholy Aura. For faster movement speed, the Destroyer's not able to catch up. So far, though, army size 50 supply compared to 37. You do have to remember, well, there is no Death Knight out onto the field. Resummoning that Altar of Darkness, and Acolytes perhaps should be trying to repair these Obsidian statues. That would actually be a very good use of your gold right now, as we're taking a look at going to be getting back up to 500 gold, or perhaps he just wants to wait for to resurrect that Death Knight. All right, dropping in a Water Elemental, ready to go. In comes the fight. Here we are, Acolyte going to try and resummon there. There is that Crypt Lord off to the north, getting in some quick damage. However, the Death Knight is, well, the Death Knight's still dead, and the Crypt Lord's trying to escape back. No, still on cooldown for that Crypt Lord. There is a quick Impale going after the Mountain King. Is the Mountain King going to get taken down? Mountain King falls. So does the Crypt Lord, as the Lich is now the only hero left for the undead, trying to back away. We're taking a look at the Destroyers going after all of these units again. Holy Light saving those units. Destroyers can just devour a whole bunch of magic and then finish off the Knights, as the Lich has backed himself into a crazy corner, trying to duck, dive, and dodge out of this crazy spot. There goes a massive devour magic. That magic looks so tasty. Lich is gone, and now mass teleport in order to get away. Gonna try and finish off a Knight, unable to do so. And it looks like ForFun is in trouble. ForFun has the larger army, but he does not have any heroes left. We're looking at a level 6 Paladin, a level 5 Mountain King, and a level 6 Archmage. Are any of these skeletons actually human units? That's the big question. You could perhaps resurrect those units, which would be rather strange. I don't believe I've seen I don't even know the last time I've actually seen resurrection used. Paladin now making its way back off to the north here. Archmage trying to rinse and repeat the strategy again. The undead army is still rather large. Damage getting added in there, and well, Hawk is victorious, doesn't even want to try and finish the match, as we see Hawk comes away with the win. No hype for the Paladin, but it just didn't happen. No resurrection to save those units. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.